God, school is so stressful. The canteen food is like jail.
The parents and the kid, right, they can actually choose the meal together.
Most alarming thing for me, right, was that you needed the choice of food, right, for a parent and child to bond.
What actually happens when a case of bullying is reported in school?
The investigation, what we usually do is this, Is it because last time people did this to you, huh? You were bullied before, is it?
Oh my God, school is so stressful. The canteen food is like jail and my child is getting bullied. Am I doing enough? Should I send her for more tuition? Anyway, I'm just saying Dan's thoughts out loud. So today we have with us a school principal that will answer all of our burning questions. Let's welcome Mrs. Allison Lim.
Hey. Good morning,
Mrs.
Lim.
Good morning, boys and girls.
Wow.
This is what I do every day, really.
Throwback. As you can see, I have a special notebook that was gifted to me by Mrs. Lim because she is biased. So
Good for you.
Yes,
I even have a personal note.
Wow.
So
Now they will be jealous.
I want to tell a story because back when I was studying in St. Nick's, right, I had a bio teacher that came to my class, and then after like a few months, suddenly she said, "By the way, guys, I'm here to be the vice principal. Goodbye." And that's Mrs. Lim.
I didn't goodbye. I didn't
go way back.
That's how.
But she didn't Irish goodbye us.
Yeah.
So she then became the vice principal at St. Nick's and then went on to then be principals at her own schools. And she's right now at Pei Hwa Presbyterian Primary.
That's right.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow, that's so cool. Do you
kept that
remember
from
though?
us.
Denise, the name.
Really?
Okay, I remember because I try my best to write a card to every child. At the end of P6, every child will have received a card.
Okay, so most people know what teachers do, right? But I think principals are a bit more mysterious. We see them at assembly, then they walk around. What do you actually
Then they hide in
do?
the office all day.
Yeah, like, they don't like
No! We cannot.
they do.
And we watch this, you know. Okay. So what do I do? So I asked my son actually, what do your principal do? Then he told me, she make announcement and she walk about. That's what I think she does.
Agree.
Okay, that's not wrong. That's not wrong. Then 2 weeks ago, a primary 1 girl came to me. Mrs. Lim, you are our principal. I said, yes. So do you own the school? But actually, it's quite a loaded question. Then I thought probably we need to demystify the role of a principal.
Yes.
For me, there are a few things in my head every day. Okay. Number one, we really need to ensure the safety of children.
Okay.
For sure.
All right. And of course, I think it's important to ensure that the environment is a positive and joyful one so that they can learn. So these two things always in the head.
Joyful. Is joyful is joyful a you thing or is a job description?
I would think it's me.
Okay.
Maybe it's personality driven. So
Yeah.
I am a person who really enjoy having fun, laughter and so on. So at the start of the day, I will be at let's say the foyer, the porch or the gate. I will welcome the children.
Oh, wow.
I enjoy doing it. Then of course at times when you hear a lot of pa, then I have to walk out the gate to check on the traffic.
Oh.
All right, to ensure that my children can come in safely.
Right.
Okay. Then after that we send them to the hall, right? That's where the announcement part of the work start.
Yeah.
So where I stand, I can see the children. That also allows me a chance to have a quick sense. Are they okay? And
You can
things
see the
like
ones
this.
that's sleeping during the
Sleeping a bit difficult because very shortly they have to stand and then sing song and all that, right? Yeah, but there will be some that are very good at really standing there, then they forget to bring down their hand after the touch taking. It's true. Very cute. Primary
People love
1,
the country,
very cute. Yeah, very true. So then you check, right? Then that's when you make announcement. For me, is to frame the children for the day. Then I will walk about. Walking about serves a few purposes. So number one, I would like to let my teacher know that I'm supporting. So I have very good relationship with my teachers. So they know that when I go about, is to really check on things, help them and so on. So I like to take photos. I like to say, hey, it's a very engaging lesson. I'll take photo. Then we have this group chat. Then I'll say, oh, this is a very fun lesson. Maybe you can share with us more. Then the kids, of course, will also, hi, Mrs. Lim. Then that's when I deposit energy.
Wow.
So it's something that I enjoy doing. Yeah.
It keeps teachers on their toes also lah.
Yeah lah, they stress like shit lah. You know that.
Okay.
Right?
So this is something we always joke. If there is a trusting relationship, then when you walk about, they think, oh, this principal very kind, come and support us. Of course, if let's say maybe she's checking on us. So it really
Yeah.
depends, right? Depends on your relationship. Yeah. But
Depends on
I
their
would-
own standard. And
sometimes also their own belief.
insecurities.
Yeah. But I
the
would
one
say
teacher that never get the photo of her class taken for 1 month, then she
she
damn
know.
stressed.
She know.
She start dancing.
No, or like her class actually very good, but it just so happened when Mrs. Lim passed by, right? Suddenly everyone just
Not her
damn
period, I
like
mean-
chaos.
My mom when I'm studying.
but then the children will also know. Right? They will know that, hey, how come suddenly?
We do know, but for some reason, right?
very kind, right?
We steady with the teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah. It shows that good relationship with the teacher.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah.
and then there's nothing wrong
But
with
the
that.
teacher is really changed one person. I mean, my time,
Yeah.
which is so long ago,
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
So I'm 36 this year. Really changed one when the principal sit behind, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm just observing the class today, don't mind me. Oh, the teacher got so
Yeah.
many
Suddenly
things on
everything
it.
come up.
Walao,
PowerPoint slide.
Yeah,
Watch
yeah.
movie.
Yeah. She handled all the paper herself, and it was like, you all just take.
Quiz,
Really?
games, activities, all come out.
But I think it's only human.
But it shows that the teacher can do. right?
Yeah.
Imagine if the person stand there still cannot do.
yeah, they try their best and it's still
At least,
lame, right?
But at least this one still have lots of things to show you. I
Correct,
think it's
correct,
still
correct,
good.
correct. They know what the
right.
standard is.
Yeah. They try. We give chance.
Right now, there's actually quite a big uproar amongst like parents about the central kitchen model that has been introduced. What are your thoughts on that?
Okay, because I get to speak with friends who implemented and it worked very well. I think the key lies in the chance to really walk through with the vendor. I'm sure all the schools have done that. But then it's a function of a few things. Of course, you would have done your part to do the planning. I'm sure my friends, in the various school would have done that. So sometimes depending on how the vendor can cope or cannot cope. So this school that my friend
My friend, you mean other principals?
correct.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
principal friend. The prior planning, I think, worked rather smoothly because they also have learned from different schools. So it sounded pretty good because one of the things that highlighted to me and I thought, wow, that was amazing was every week, the parents and the kid, right, they can actually choose the meal together. So it becomes another possible talking points. Then they will choose and then they say, oh, then why is it that, you want this and so on. Oh, you actually like this. So it allows them that kind of bonding. So I thought it's quite a nice thing that may not be the intended outcome, but it clearly has also served that. And they can also control, of course, the nutritional value. If they don't have enough, they're quite clever. They set up another store, physical store as well. So it's like a hybrid model. Then the child can, not enough, right? They can still buy. So it's not restricted to just that.
Right. So there's a
Yeah.
bunch of successful cases that we just don't know. I see.
Not newsworthy. You
the
don't
bad
hear about the
ones.
success story.
No, but I think
News.
aside
Yeah.
from what the food looks like, I think people are also saying that like as Singaporeans, we love food so much, right? Then like recess night is something we look forward to because I go and buy my favorite food. Then now that like it's taken away from me, then I go school, it's like study, then I eat this meal. Then there's nutritious and has no fries.
ordering at once cannot. You want a pot.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. I feel like last time my primary school, I think about it, I buy sambal fishball and
Wow.
chicken nuggets.
Yum.
That's pretty much, that's my whole diet.
There's zero
I
nutritional.
only ate that. Then primary 5 I got buddy ma. So I must bring the fella go and eat. So usually go and catch spider, right?
That's
That's why
right.
you need portable food. Buy, put inside your pocket, go to the field, then eat the nugget, right? So that was primary 1 to primary 5. Then primary 5 now you have to take care of one little fella. Then this little fella need to eat ma. Then this fella will eat fishball noodle or laksa. Then I will just eat laksa. Then boom, overweight. Instant overweight. Because my body cannot handle this amount of calories. Yeah, I did not build up this ability to handle the calories. So at primary 5, I just started eating like a normal person by eat laksa. Then P6 tough club.
But that sounds so funny. You eat fishball nugget, never put on weight. Then eat laksa, put on weight.
Because got a lot of activity, like run.
Okay, so you burn off lah.
So my body was
Burn
not
off.
adjust to that low level activity plus calorie.
I want to tell a crazy recess story from where I was primary school. There was one day I go home, then my mother angry. Then I like, not sure I was okay today. Then I didn't even go to the playground, right? Then she said, this whole week you eat ice cream, right? How she know? Right? She make friends with all the canteen aunties, right? And then they know what I'm eating on a day-to-day basis. Right? Then so after I eat the whole week eat ice cream, then she not happy. So I went to change. Then for the next 2 weeks, I only ate chicken rice. And then she also not happy. Then she, she said, I have to like change it up.
As the canteen vendor, right? Like so counterintuitive. You just lost ice cream business, right? By powtering your students.
I mean, yeah. that's
But for the
true.
greater good, not for the fear of my mom.
Think about the film.
So you cannot really get that balance one last time because they also, at least my time.
Yeah, seaweed
because
chicken
its
was my
turnover
go-to.
is fast.
Wow, seaweed chicken.
Guys, last time seaweed chicken 20 cents, bro.
Yeah.
30
Nugget
cent lah,
now
my
10
time.
cents.
Damn.
Now it's like 80 cents.
Inflation
Now
lah.
nugget is
real
like
lah.
70
Not
cents.
supposed to
I
sell.
heard that now you cannot sell fried food in schools anymore.
Yeah, you're not supposed to.
Wow.
But you can
You know, I think it's
Air
a good thing.
fry.
Okay,
Air
we'll take
fry,
air fry.
yeah,
When you're talking about your story, I think the most alarming thing for me, right, was that you needed the choice of food, right, for a parent and child to bond. Like, is there not
Of course,
enough?
not the only thing. Okay, so but that is one avenue. Because I think in the past, a bit like your situation, right? The parents don't know what they're eating, no control.
For the
but
best.
now they actually have a they have a chance to see. Yeah,
Okay.
and then I suppose some parents now they also can use that opportunity to teach financial management.
Okay, then the next thing that I want to talk about is right now we see a lot of cases of bullying, and then now for some reason children will video their bullying and put online. And that's why there's a lot more exposure to it, right? But I think back when I was in school, a lot of the reasons why my peers or my friends might not want to report a case is like they feel like, oh, nothing will be done, or it will be even worse if I report this. So I'm curious, like what actually happens when a case of bullying is reported in school?
I think one of the key challenges that we are facing is social media. I mean, it can serve a certain good, but because of the influences that comes, of course, when the children do not know how to regulate or make good decision, then certain things that come can be really dangerous. So I do find that complicate things for the kids. Then it also complicate things that we want to do in school sometimes. So really having the phone locked away is a very good thing.
Yeah.
Minimally, it's not distracting them. They are able to focus in class. I think that helps.
Yeah.
And of course, all the blue rays and the screen time really physically is not very good. I do think it is important to, if you can, don't let them go on until a certain age.
Yeah.
Because it's just really too many things that we do not know what's in there. And the amount of time that they spend, it's also very worrying. So even the Roblox, for example, they claim that this is of a certain age, but then they disguise it so casually. The game that they play is killing somebody, but you can choose no blood. Huh? But then, or the blood can change to green. I'm like, huh?
Yeah,
But it is still
blood,
something,
it's like-
but it's still something spilling and a head roll off, right? But they are so clever to I felt make this kind of disguise. So I do think it is actually really dangerous. And it's not that we don't want to trust the children to regulate, but really developmentally it's not there yet. I think usually about late 20s, then the decision-making area is more developed. So what more for little kids? So that kind of actual protection, right, to set boundaries, right, is correct. It's not like trying to curb them or just not allowing them to do things that they like. But I think correct freedom should come with the right amount of regulation so that the children can be free in the space that is suitable.
For the current generation of kids now, do you think it's too late if you rip social media away from them? And it's only like the next generation?
I think it's a replacement principle. Meaning, if I cannot just rip away in anything. If let's say the child want to eat something, you just rip away, then you leave the child in the hang like that. Of course, the child will want to grab
So you
back.
need something else.
But once you replace, it's a very simple principle. You just replace it with something else that can engage a child. Like for example, now in certain schools, right, they really teach them how to socialize again, you know. They teach them how to, simple question that you can start talking to your friend. Because last time at canteen, with the phone come out, then eat, and then nobody talk, right? But now nobody's
Is
supposed
that
to have
happening
phone.
in schools also?
Yes. So you can see that. I've seen my friends, they really post, they say, so nice now. I see my children running around. I see my children talking. I see them. There's noise now at the canteen.
Wait, so it wasn't the case before the phone
So it's like
loud?
food courts where everybody's just like that.
Like that, because they are not allowed to use in classroom, right? So then the kids now at the recess time they can take out, right? Then they're just very quiet. Don't know good or not this kind of quietness, right? You actually rather they have noise. So now
At least you know what's
my
going
friends
on.
say, oh, my canteen now is noisy because people are talking.
Yeah.
I don't think it's too late. So long we replace and we
Okay.
teach. They must see the good now. They must believe. I mean,
Yeah.
I think as with all generation, particularly this generation, they want to know the why.
Yeah.
And if they are convinced, so with my kids, it was quite hard because 4, right? So by the time JiaJia has, then the youngest like, so long, I'm still waiting, no phone, because they only can have phone at 13. So even my oldest, she was saying, the time was like primary 4, all my classmates have phone. Then I said, okay, so why do you want a phone? So they can call you. I said, but you can go to the office to call me. It's free.
Yeah.
Okay. Then, so what else do you need? Play game. I said, but you also don't need to play game on the phone, right? We have the iPad for you at designated time you can play. So why do you need the phone? After a while, I said, yeah, actually, I don't know why I need the phone. Yeah, so don't need the phone. So a lot of conversation. And then she was the one at, I think maybe a year or two later, she said, thank you for not giving me the phone. I said, why? I see my friend, every time never do work one. Always getting scolded by the teacher because never handwork.
But she realized this herself.
Then she herself said, oh yeah, good thing.
You're a very good parent also.
No lah, it's just that I chit-chat. Then she said, I think I cannot control one. Good thing you take away from
What is
me.
this forced humility?
This is my biggest fear because I want to be able to raise like my son in a certain way and I'll be like, okay, no phones. Like there's a family computer, you get to use it at certain times. But if it's all his friends that have phones, it's gonna be a problem because he's gonna be like, wow, you guys can't afford this or you guys are terrible to me.
Yeah. There'll be a SES divide.
Yeah.
Even during our time, there is your phone got color or your phone don't have color. Wow, really? Wow, I'm so old. It's like, like your snake is 3D or 2D.
Can send MMS or not?
Yeah.
Wow.
I was wondering like the bullying of things, right? Because in the past, we get bullied and then there's that cool off. And then because things are only happening on paper. So or in memory. So the incident that happened just is just forgotten really quickly. So even if you did something really dumb and then you get bullied or you get laughed at, sure, and in every generation that happens. But it gets forgotten a bit quickly, as opposed to now the stories are spread around. Like the memory is fresh, there's a video, there's a picture, or I text that person now, then that person texts that person now. And so like a bullying incident, right? The longevity or the shelf life of bullying is super extended and super vivid. Because it can come with imagery and video. And it can get quite toxic. Like my goddaughter, like she had friends, like she has this friend that like gaslit her. When my sister found out, I mean, there's a long story to that, but when my sister found out, it was like do I want to let my child figure this out? Because what's gonna happen? Like what we imagine will happen is we call the school. The school will probably call the other child's parent. The other child's parent will give their child a good one. And then my goddaughter lose a friend. Or that person will powtow and say this person's a snitch or and whatnot. And like that's harder because now the system has taken place already.
Correct.
Yeah, you cannot exit this system already. Yeah. And so will that make the situation worse? And my sister actually deliberated knowing that her child was bullied. Like thought about it for a while and figure out how to do this. In the end, she still spoke to the school because the incident happened over again. And my goddaughter also covered up. Like she didn't tell the parents. Even though they have a great relationship and they're super tight. But it just came out accidentally to her grandmother. So my sister had the restraint also because I'm really proud of her. For instead of realizing this from the grandmother, immediately escalating the situation, they had multiple conversations and then decided to go to school and tell the teacher together. So she knows what is told to the teacher. As opposed to, I don't know what you tell my teacher and then the child lives with some form of uncertainty in terms of the information asymmetry. But it just feels like it's so scary to think that like 9-year-olds are doing that.
Yeah. Because this reminded me of my own child as well. So I was also thinking to call the school or not to call the school. So she told me that there's this kid, right, that will not really doing to her per se, but to her and a group. These two girls, right, will purposely stick out their leg and then let people fall off the staircase, that kind. And then if they have
Staircase?
Staircase.
Staircase. So it's quite scary. It's staircase. And then the staplers, right? And then throw inside the person's bag and then you don't know when you took. So it happened a few times. Then of course when she told me, so I said, did you like get hurt or not, right? Then she said, I didn't, but I think that is really quite bad. So I said, what do you think we should do? So I agree the conversation with the child is very important because I wanted to own the problem. Then she said, if I just let the teacher know, then she'll be, I think, will be more trouble. Then I said, but we cannot solve, right? What are you going to do? Then she said, maybe I go and find out why she's like that. I said, what do you mean? Nobody want to really go and hurt people, right? There must be something. So I think that time she was probably not very old, maybe P2 or P3. Then she decided to very boldly, and then she's very, very thin and severely underweight. Then she actually said, she went and asked the person, why do you want to do this? Like, we also never do anything to you, no? Why you want to do this kind of thing? Then after that, then she said, is it because, my girl, don't know why I went, is it because last time people did this to you? You were bullied before, is it? Then after that, the person got shocked. Then she said, yeah, last time kindergarten, similar things happened. So she did that out of wanting to protect herself. By being the so-called, you better don't do this to me. I can be very scary. So she's trying to protect herself.
The Donald Trump move.
So it's quite interesting. Then from that, I said, how is it? Is it? Of course, nobody still want to be her friends. Then I said, it's okay. Then she said, never mind. I think now that I know that she also quite poor thing that got bullied before, then okay, I be her friend. She just don't mind going out with her. So my girl is like that, quite easy.
But very mature on the bullies part also. To be like, I also.
Yeah. But I do think that what is important then is if we can, as a school, really cultivate a positive and enabling environment. Really helping children to ask themselves, is this the right thing to do? That's one, right? But there's another bit, because my school we are also into the growth mindset. So I was discussing with my colleague, I said, why is it that people want to bully another person? Oftentimes, probably you think, I don't like the behavior, we are very different. So it stems a little bit from that. Of course, sometimes got other complex situation. But let's say if it's that, right? Then we say, in our growth mindset lesson, can we also explore things like the power of yet? So now you may not like the person, but is it okay that you also think maybe they also don't like you for various reasons? Because you have differing views or you just have differing preferences.
Right.
Are we able to suspend judgment and say, okay, power of yet, now I may not like you, but can we at least ask ourselves, can we just work together? We don't have to like, we don't judge. So can we do that? So we put that in our growth mindset lesson.
Wow.
We are trying, see how it goes. And then we also put in place peer support. So we train our peer supporters, all students, to look out for telltale signs. Like, are people like, how come so alone? Are there people that are like maybe not very nice to this? So they're being trained to know how to check in with the person. Really talk to the person and then find out. Then if let's say really a bit beyond them, they need to come to the teachers. So we thought we have a lot more helping hands, not just from teachers. Teachers, I mean, sometimes also like busy with different classes, but the peers are with them all the time. So we thought that this hopefully can be a good strategy to let them know that, oh, I have friends watching out for me. And they know that these are our peer supporters. They also know they can go and reach out.
Wow, school very different now, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Like, give me hope. Gives me a bit of hope.
That's
Give
good.
me a hope.
Exactly
But
that.
remove the snitch by giving them a name.
Yeah.
Peer supporters, yeah.
Because teachers get stitches.
Yeah, and peer supporters don't.
Yeah.
I think in school, we must always remember we must take care of both sides. That means, okay, let's say you want to give your name, the perpetrator and the victim. Both sides we must handle with a lot of care and intentionality. So when a case happens, I think what is very important is, first up is always ensure safety of both sides. Then, of course, inform the parents. I think the whole process of really finding out what happened in order to either met out the consequences or to do follow-up is very, very important. So the whole idea must be, okay, at least for what we do, let's say after the case has been brought up, it really shouldn't be, no lah, yeah, I think you're overreacting. I think this one, no matter what, if it's brought up, we should take it very, very seriously. So I have a case whereby it's very interesting. This one side was play fighting. So the victim initially was laughing. So the perpetrator thought that, oh, okay lah, it's playing only ma. But continue. Then to the point that finally the victim burst. Cannot already, right? And then fought back.
Oh.
Okay, something like that. The investigation, what we usually do is this, we actually like themselves write what happened.
Oh, like police report.
Then they write first because I think it's important that they know that we are trying to hear them. We will ask questions later, but they write first. They write their own account so that they have the chance to represent themselves. So after they've done that, then from there we will ask questions. But what is also very important is that we will check with, let's say, the class, who are the people were there. They give us the account.
You
We
talk to the
triangulate.
witnesses.
It's true. We have to, right? Then as thorough as we can, then we map out, okay, then what happened? So we have to establish what happened. Then finally, okay, let's say confirm really
Case of bullying.
okay. Then we have to really ensure the consequences are being met out.
What are the levels?
Generally, you can have suspension from class and school, and it really can be, let's say, it's so severe, the suspension can be very long. So I have handled cases whereby because the so-called the victim couldn't quite reconcile.
Yeah.
And very uncomfortable to really see. Then we can try to say change class. Or let's say really cannot. Then I have even attempted, which I have to then work with the victim's parents. So then we make arrangement while he is suspended from school per se. We made an arrangement for an adult to be with the perpetrator so that he can continue taking the exam. I'm so thankful that they are also kind. They say, okay, because it's like if they don't take the exam, then this child will be in trouble.
Is expelling an option?
It depends on the case, right? Then once it gets, like say, criminal, then when you work with the police, then it is not just about expelling really. It is really also working the police to see what are the legal consequences. So in all, it will not be a case whereby, okay, we don't want to do anything, we sweep under the carpet. It wouldn't be like that because it really can become criminal. Long-term counselling, all this must be in place, support for the kid. But the other side, I think we do hope that the child ultimately can still learn from it and then, of course, not make the same mistake. So that in education context, right? We want to ensure that the child has a chance to bounce back. And peer supporters, right? They are chosen. So we also have social gram survey. That means it's a very strategic move. Of course, we'll observe and say, oh, this person is very, very good with friends, many friends, right? But we actually went another layer. We will have survey. So that means you will basically, the survey, right? You will report, who are my friends? Who are the people that I look up to? So from there, you have a picture of the class.
Wow, data driven.
Yeah, then we know that, this person, many people highlighted this person as a very person that they will turn to. Then we will approach a person, you want to be a peer supporter or not?
Wow.
Like that. So
It's actually pretty good because if a lot of people are saying this person's friend, actually they have to support a lot of people like unofficially already. So you're actually giving them the tools and like kind of training.
So they may not even be highlighted to be, say, prefect.
Because
their leadership skills are different. So therefore, they are more predisposed to doing this type of work well.
Okay. Like back in my school, right, how they pick, right, is that, okay, you have the good kids become prefect, but all the bullies or the naughty kids also become prefect. So you convert. Almost like infernal affairs,
Mine
you know?
also like that. Because the good kids will be like, recess, y'all cannot go back to classroom.
Yeah.
Then the gangster will be like, watch me.
Yeah. Then now you already got one compliant person and everybody is scared of the gangster. So then everyone will listen. Yeah. Infernal affairs, really. Inside job.
Good call.
But this is so much better.
Actually, one thing away is that the principal, or rather the school, treats the children like they are teenagers as opposed to children.
Yeah.
I think that's quite interesting. Like they don't underestimate the child.
But is there a downside to it? Are the kids forced to grow up faster than they should or need to?
So there's one thing that I always ask my teacher and we want to do that is I want to give our children childhood. Yeah. I think we can unknowingly because of helping them to mature, giving them all the programs because we want to prepare them for life, right? We really then might unknowingly
rob them of the childhood.
Yeah. So I think therefore very intentionally putting in things for them to play, to enjoy is very important. Yeah. So recess play cannot be taken away. They must feel, they must run around. Also when you go on the camps or this, can they have a chance to really be themselves, laugh it out, be crazy? Yeah, just let people laugh at you, you laugh at people. I think this element of just tone
that is the key to success. Let other people laugh at you.
Yeah.
I think it's important.
I agree.
Yeah.
To round off, right, how much of education or raising my child is the parents' responsibility versus the school's responsibility? So not just with regards to bullying, but also like life values, ability to like react to rejection, cope with rejection, or like even sex ed, this kind of thing, right? Like who takes the majority of the load actually?
I think it really must be partnership. So after every parents briefing session, I always end off with thank you parents for entrusting your children into my hands. So we really must be held accountable. But then at the same time, we need to be very proactive to engage parents. So if not, they cannot help us reinforce.
So usually like the school kind of brings it up first and then at home you practice with your parents, that kind of vibe.
That's what we really hope. So I was describing just now about the values education. So they will be given the whole the theme that we are now looking into. So we tell them what we teach in school, and then we'll tell them if it's possible, you can do this for us as well. So we literally tell them what they can do. Like for example, we say, okay, ang pao, can you help them also? For example, teach them to save, teach them to maybe buy things for and so on. So we proactively also give handles to parents.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense because I think like, last time my parents never teach me about sex ed. Then I might not know how to talk about it with my child. Then I say, okay, they go school, they got this, then okay, school handle lah, right? So that's quite helpful because then there's almost a guide so-called for the parents also.
Yeah. Like we are covering this part we want you to do.
Yeah. I don't know whether it is a case of like parents being kiasu or is it the case that the school system requires me to go for tuition? Over the years, do you feel like parents have become more fixated on the child's like grades, like causing a lot of pressure onto the child, or actually no?
Cannot be no stress, right? I mean, that is not right.
The reason why kids are a little bit less resilient to stress and can't deal with the world today is because they've been taught that participating is enough. As
a principal of primary school children and as a parent yourself, what are you worried for in the next generation?
That's a very interesting question.
Okay, so unfortunately, we have to cut the episode short here. We'll do a part 2, so do come back for that. Like, share, subscribe so you don't miss the episode. See you!